Hello everyone, that's my Watts here, about to continue our Let's Play of the Blood Elf Death Knight in World of Warcraft, and we are doing the Shadow Labs. As normal, I will be reading these at the end, because I believe they are all end of thing turn-ins. Everyone ready? I assume everyone's ready. Pull big, okay. Let's see how big we can pull. Stunned. Oh, this is going to be a fun one, isn't it? Alright, so he wants the huge pulls, so I guess we go... Did I miss something? Hard to tell, because, man, a lot of death. I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, so that was the first chamber, as it were. Yeah, I only kinda can. I kind of hate that dynamic of you can pull more. Pull more. Just pull all the dungeon at once. And we'll see what we can kill. You get tugged over here. This person saying I can pull bigger, the healer. That's actually an important question. Oh, greed, whatever. Because the Shadow Labs is actually one of the tougher Outland dungeons. Like, it was, while not raid in-game, it was the endgame before you started doing heroics. Like, I don't think it drops any purples. Though the last boss might drop a purple. Alright, this dungeon. The Shadow Council has already killed most of our spies, but Tungan was foolish enough to escape only to go back in. You must find him. He may be reckless, but we need to know what he knows. Do you think you could help me get out of this cage? Soul devices. They've been torturing me, trying to get me to tell them everything that I know. They've had the others to Hellmaw. I was to be next, but I told them nothing. Nothing. They're using a special device to make their summonings more powerful. Steal these devices. Alright, they're just sort of lying around, I think. Alright, once the healer, who is now my focus, alright. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. This is one of those annoying quests that everyone has to grab their own. Back to the circle. The circle's where you want to be. Have to love mind control. I've only been dead for 45 seconds. Alright. Soul devices. Yep. Are annoying. And it is through his chamber, yep. Alright. What are we fighting? I'm actually fighting things that are hard to hit. That's kind of new. Like, misses are not something I've been having to deal with often. Then again, these things are level 69s, and the mistresses are, I think, higher. Yeah. The zealots turn themselves into beasts. It's a little weird. Like, you know, on the whole, this is my thing. That's what I do. Are there not enough soul devices in the dungeon? Oh, or you could pull the boss. That's... Because, you know, last time we pulled the boss without everything in the room dead, that went swimmingly. I'm just going to follow my very simple plan of I will use Death Strike when I can, and when I have a full blood rune I will use gun. Oh damn, a Codex of Blood. 2 years ago the Shadow Council summoned forth a beam that shattered Anokia in its wake. Read the Codex of Blood to find out what happened. Be warned, Grimmett. Read if you dare. Long ago, in a dimension of the cosmos, unfathomable to mortals, there was born in such terms it can be for it a terrible, unbelievable power. Well, I'm actually just gonna, you guys, if you want to read it, because this is in the middle of the dungeon and annoying, I'll leave it on the screen for a couple seconds. Just pause it to read it, because this is way too long. No one's gonna wait for me to do this. Which is annoying. I hate when they do that. I hate when they're like, here's a quest with lots of text, middle of dungeon. Like, I will see if I can, at the end of the dungeon, find the text from that. They have some Death Knighty armor, don't they? Oh, I need one more soul device. Oh, I got the soul devices at least. Man, missing is really annoying for Death Knight. It really throws off our rhythm. This is as close to actually saying the thing as I can get. It's impressive. You can't...
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Man, if I use shield, that's one of those good ones to get. So I think I'm going to need on that, read on that. Alright. Because I forget what set that's part of, but I may want the set. I didn't get it. It's part of the bold set. Let's see if I can actually read that book. I hope I can still just flip through the book. It's still interactable. Okay, read on if you dare. The musty pages of the Codex seem to magically turn themselves, guiding your attention to a specific chapter past horrors no mortal eyes should ever perceive. The book opens to a page that somehow feels right, yet so very wrong. Long ago, in the dimension of the cosmos, unfathomable to mortal minds, there was born, if such terms can even be used for, and a being of such unbelievable power that its very entrance into existence shattered all reality around it, known only as Murmur. It was the essence of sound, and to hear it speak was to know death eternal. Existing only for chaos, its slightest whisper meant the destruction of whole worlds. Yet still there were those who would try to worship this mindless being. There were even those more insane who dared to think to control it. And lo, how the mighty fell trembling at its feet, fearful that it might direct its words upon them. But still did these charlatans, these worshippers pretenders to a non-existent religion, rail against the inevitable in a vain attempt to control their God. Uncaring and likely not even noticing them, Murmur yawned and they knew oblivion. Yet one somehow managed to survive, and in his insanity found a way to bring Murmur into the world. A mortal possessed of arcane and dark knowledge that none could surpass, devised a method to enhance his summoning through the capture and use of souls untold. Whole civilizations were brought to extinction through the soul devices to fuel the ritual that which he and his conspirators would bring Murmur into their world. And summon forth Murmur they did. Powerful magics of containment and silencing were employed, held together by a constant supply of souls being fed into them. Yet still they could not control the beast, nor could they bend it to their will. These mortals began to devise different strategies, and one after another they all failed, and in so doing they weakened their rituals, accidentally giving Murmur the slightest modicum of freedom. It was all that was needed. Only this book survives the cataclysm that destroyed their world. Those proud and foolish men who thought to control a cosmic being of untold power. Would you, the possessor of the Codex, do the same? Have you devised a foolproof method to summon forth Murmur? Or any other entities cautiously whispered of in these unhallowed pages? We shall see. Okay. It gives a lot of context to the dungeon, doesn't it? Alright, let's read through the other quests we have. So, I believe Into the Heart, was the follow-up. The Shadow Council has lost control of the cosmic being that they summoned here almost 2 years ago. Known only as Murmur, it threatens to overrun the Shadow Council and break free into the outside world. The soul devices. They've been torturing me, trying to get me to tell them everything I know. The others they fed to the Hellmaw, and I was to be next, but I told them nothing. They're using devices to make their summoning more powerful. You must steal these devices. And Ambassador Hellmaw. When the Cabal found one of our spies, they fed them to Ambassador Hellmaw one by one. Our men deserve justice. Slay the ritualist binding him, then dispose of Hellmaw. It is a most deserving fate. Sword on the back. Murmur was big. What was the other quest called? Was it Codex of Blood? The Codex of Blood, okay. Shadow Lab's kind of big too. I cringe to think what would have happened had Murmur escaped to the outside world. Thank you, brave hero. I won't bring anyone back, but at least justice has been done. Were you able to find Togun? So these are the soul devices that the Shadow Council were using to enhance their summoning powers. Intriguing. Alright, and that'll do it for this video. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll watch the next.